Now let's go through display mode. Use the right arrow or OK to enter this menu. Here you'll find display choices with names like Vehicle Range, Inform, Enlighten, Engage, Empower, and My View. Vehicle range indicates the estimated distance the vehicle will travel with the energy currently on board. The fuel level and battery display are also shown, with options available for the battery display and an instantaneous fuel economy gauge. The vehicle range estimate is based on the fuel remaining in the gasoline tank. Changes in driving pattern may cause the values to vary. When the vehicle is operating on battery power only, EV is displayed. The Inform display includes the fuel level, battery display, and average fuel economy, with options available for the battery display and an instantaneous fuel economy gauge. When the vehicle is operating on battery power only, EV is displayed. Press and hold the OK button to reset your average fuel economy. The Enlighten display provides a power demand gauge in addition to the typical information and options from the Inform display. The power demand is shown in kilowatts. It will react according to how far you press the accelerator pedal. In Enlighten, the default setting is for the instantaneous fuel economy gauge to be displayed. When the vehicle is operating on battery power only, EV is displayed and the gauge fill is shown in blue. When both the engine and the high-voltage battery are providing power, the gauge fill is white. Engage replaces the power demand gauge from Enlighten with separate gauges for engine power and high-voltage battery power. The engine power gauge fill is white and the high-voltage battery power gauge fill is blue. When the vehicle is operating on battery power only, EV is displayed. The Empower display adds an engine on-off threshold to the power demand gauge from the Enlighten display when the vehicle is in drive gear only. The threshold is shown as a blue double outline. The gauge is designed to show you how close your current power demand is to the threshold for turning the engine on or off. When power demand is below the threshold, the vehicle is operating on battery power only. EV is displayed, and the gauge fill is shown in blue. When power demand exceeds the threshold, both the engine and the high-voltage battery provide power, and the gauge fill is white. When power demand surpasses the amber indicator, this level of demand and associated fuel economy in the optional instantaneous fuel economy gauge are shown in amber. If you're seeing a lot of amber, you may want to consider changing some of your driving behavior to use power more efficiently. You can choose what to display in My View. Selecting Change My View in the Options menu allows you to scroll through two columns of content choices. Press the up or down arrow to view content. Use the right and left arrows to move between the left column content and the middle column content. The right column is reserved for the battery gauge and the fuel gauge. Once you have your desired content showing in each column, then press OK to save. This becomes your new My View screen. Let's look at some content choices only available in My View. Accessory power indicates electrical power demands from your vehicle's accessory systems. Accessories use power but do not contribute to propelling the vehicle. The gauge separately displays power demand in kilowatts for climate and other accessories. Climate includes air conditioning and heating, while other includes all other accessories, such as the radio, headlights, and windshield wipers. Coolant temp indicates engine coolant temperature. At normal operating temperature, the level indicator will be white and will be in the normal range between H and C, or hot and cold. If the engine coolant temperature exceeds the normal range, the level indicator will change to red to indicate that the engine is overheating. Stop the vehicle as soon as safely possible. Turn off the vehicle and let the engine cool. When the thermometer indicator next to the gauge is blue, this indicates that the hybrid system is not warm enough to allow EV operation. The gasoline engine will run continuously when the indicator is blue. Now, if the thermometer indicator next to the gauge is white, this indicates that the hybrid system is warm enough to allow EV operation. A quick note though. During silent key start mode, the thermometer indicator will be blue, but the gasoline engine will not run. This is the result of the vehicle computer allowing the engine to be cooler during the silent key start period. This is normal operation and does not indicate a problem with your vehicle. After the first engine start, the indicator will turn white when the gasoline engine is warm enough to turn off. Now, if the thermometer indicator next to the gauge is white, this indicates that the engine is warm enough to allow EV operation. If the vehicle operates on battery power long enough, it's possible that the gasoline engine may need to run to keep the system warm. In this case, the thermometer indicator will revert back to blue. When the gasoline engine is running, the tachometer gauge displays the engine speed in revolutions per minute, or RPM. When the vehicle is operating on battery power only, EV is displayed and the tachometer will be grayed out.